Hello guys, this is your favorite Wiggly. We're playing The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, and a little Rivia to flip Iorveth. All of our quests either require talking with her, or require us to wait for the events to unfold, and the only way for them to unfold is to talk to the sorceress. Let's go! Is finding Triss really so important?
You wanted to discuss something?
Uh-huh.
I found a stolen dream. It seems powerful. I think it's a dragon's dream.
Excellent. That should do nicely. Come back and see me when you have the remaining ingredients.
Yeah. About that, I don't have anything else. So I think we just need to talk about
You
Triss.
wanted to discuss something?
I hope talking about Triss doesn't escalate as quickly as talking about Kevin.
I'm looking for Triss. Letho forced her to teleport near Vergen.
Letho?
Foltest's killer, perhaps Demavend's too. Will you help me find her?
Certainly. We sorceresses must stick together. We have too many enemies.
Triss contacted you through Sheila de Tanzerville's megascope while in Flotsam.
And I haven't heard from her since.
Can you locate her?
A megascope responds to a person's aura. If I had something of hers, I could find her. You were close to her. Maybe you have something.
I've got Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her to teleport.
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
Two of Letho's comrades, probably those responsible for Demavend's death, were hiding among the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Iorveth, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before the elven messengers did. He could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in the gullies. What happened next?
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you she is not in Vergen.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time. Have you learned anything else?
Well, we know that Sheila, besides of ordering the death of Letho and Triss, she also ordered killing Demavend. And since they are connected, I think I'm gonna admit this fact.
Nothing worth mentioning.
You're lying. There is something else.
Stay out of my head.
I'm sorry. I acted on instinct. In a few hours, I should know what happened to Triss.
Yeah.
What's going on out there?
Let's see.
We were warned
What's going on?
to be
Peasants
careful
want to
with
take
her.
pitchforks to King Demavend's son.
Ooh.
Why?
The Dragonslayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Where's the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but they are feverish. A fight is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I'm going to inform the other nobles.
Like it's gonna help?
I'm not sure if Prince Stennis is guilty, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved.
Power. The object of dark desire.
Let's go, before this dark desire
Yeah.
becomes too strong and someone gets hurt.
We know that he certainly
You go.
doesn't want
I'll
her
locate
to be
Trish.
killed.
And
Otherwise,
should anything
he would
happen to
help
Prince
us.
Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And now everything has to unfold. Oh hell.
What's this?
So, the Royal Blood Quest is our next focus point.
You're stupid. She just fell unconscious.
Should we really stop them?
Commoners claim it's our prince is doing.
Such judgment is above their station. I believe it's Henselt's provocation. He wants to drive a wedge between us. Serfs and lords will never be on the same side.
Humans only care how their asses
Let's
rise
get
as
this
stations
party
do.
started.
Geralt! It's good to see you.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
What's stopping them?
The knights, Adernian noble lords.
Not easy to raise a hand against a blue blood.
A peasant by the name of Calton was at the council. He didn't seem to respect anything or anyone.
Calton's a blackguard. He'll use any excuse to raid and plunder.
He has a taste for noble blood. They say he buries gold looted from the lords in some gorge. Looks like things are getting nasty.
Nasty.
Hear me! What do you want? I'm Skill and Burden. I keep order in Vergen.
Or doing a nice job then? Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Stop!
Iorveth! Squirrels! Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your weapons! I don't care if you're a serf or a lord. I'll kill you all if need be.
Whoa.
What's going on?
The servant carrying wine during the feast said that Prince Stennis and Olcan poisoned Saskia. We want justice!
You want revenge. It's not the same thing.
We don't care. Saskia's fallen as if dead, while the poisoning prince and noble lords rush to herd us onto the field and sell us to Henselt. We won't let them!
You lie, Calton. Nobody's being sold out. The poisoner must be caught and tried by law.
Your law? What then? He'll pay a fine and get spanked on his ass? We'll spank him all right, with an axe to the throat!
Where's this servant?
Safe. The Scoia'tael keep an eye on him.
Why is the prince hiding in his house if he's innocent?
Enough! I'll shoot the first to reach for a weapon. Then heads will start falling.
There's more of us. You can't kill every...
Then you'll be first. Now back off! We need to act quickly.
What's your plan?
I'll frighten them a little. Bleed them if need be. I'll buy you some time, but be swift. I can't hold them off for long. Question the peasants and the nobles, and talk to the dwarves. Maybe you can get to meet Stennis.
Even if he's guilty, I'm sure he's prepared a suitable story.
You'll know how to sort the sheep from the goats. Also, find the servant who started talking so suddenly. You won't have time to talk to everyone, though, that's for sure.
Humans only care how their asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing into Henselt's hands. If they start at each other's throats,
Stop
we'll have to face the
yabbering.
alone.
You can't mix water with fire.
This is nonsense.
Saskia
What
could
would
Well.
Prince
Oh,
gain
no,
by
you see what they did to
Well,
her?
well, I can't hear my thoughts. Let's stand here. First,
Guilt must
we
be
need to
proven,
remember what we
otherwise
learned
vigilante
at
justice.
the end of the previous episode. Olcan ordered a creation of a chalice which was supposed to replace a different chalice during the council meeting. Yeah, that's very suspicious. Especially that he was an acquaintance of Stennis. He was working for him. basically.
Graceful the mist and commoners and nobles are at each
Well, it doesn't look good for that guy, especially after the previous phase of the royal blood.
As I see it, every princeling likes to scheme.
He told
Guilt must be
us
proven. Otherwise, it's
to
vigilante justice.
fuck off, basically, and that he's not gonna give us the blood to save Saskia. So, I don't think I'm gonna learn anything more from him. I'll just talk to the people here.
Can we have a word?
Why not? I'm Ogden, a founder. I cast mugs, plates, chalices. You need any, Witcher?
No thanks. The tableware in the council chamber is your handiwork?
It is. Made it back in Mayor Farragut's time. Since then, each and every goblet has hit the floor dozens of times, and what happened? Nothing, because they're steel. My goblets are indestructible, impervious to both the fury of sovereigns and servants who are all thumbs.
Saskia's chalice was new.
Aye, it was. Back in Mayor Farragut's day, a venture Saskia was no more than an itch in her da's breeches.
Was the order for a normal goblet?
Not a chance. It was supposed to be a gift. I ornamented it richly, even on the inside. Not terribly practical, that, as it's hard to get clean. Some scum is bound to remain. But I wanted it looking downright regal, worthy of our Saskia.
The other chalices were not ornamented on the inside?
Course not.
Who ordered the goblet from you?
That goblet was a gift. A way for the folk of Vergen to pay tribute to Saskia. I got the honor of casting and presenting it to our lovely leader. The lass liked it so much, she's not used any other vessel since she received it.
That's maybe why someone wanted to replace it.
Any chance there could have been two identical goblets?
Why, there's no craftsman that comes close to me in Vergen.
Could someone have tried to copy your handiwork?
Ha! I know of one who's been trying for years, but he's a fumbler, a screw-up. He's not produced one decent vessel. They all look like the work of a drunken elf. Thorax, his name.
Yeah.
See you at the inn. We'll grab a beer.
Serfs and lords will never be on the same side.
Humans only care how their asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing into Henselt's hands. If they start at each other's throats, we'll have to face the entire amount of Kedwin alone.
You can't mix
We
water
already
with
took care of that.
This is Saskia could.
I could tell you what he lost with her life.
Okay, we talked with the dwarves.
As I see it, every princeling likes to scheme.
Let's talk with these two.
Things look
Say,
bad.
Witcher, come
the
over
peasants
here.
are furious. They finally have a chance to strike back for all the wrongs.
The noblemen won't yield.
They're a cowardly lot.
They know their heads will follow Stennis's.
It's a deadlock, with the prince's guilt still to be proven.
Yarpin says it's someone from Edirn. Sheldon, on the other hand, would shave his beard if it's not Hensel's spies.
Has Yarpin got any evidence?
No, Yarpin's an old cook and says he's got a feeling. Ploughing soothsayer.
He might be right with those feelings. After all, not just anyone can pass through the Wraith's mist. It has to be someone local.
So it never crossed your mind that Hensel might have sent someone here before those ghosts appeared?
True.
Why would Sheldon suspect Henselt?
He'd sooner reach an agreement with Stennis than Saskia. Her death would be very convenient.
Zoltan?
I'm wondering how anyone could manage to poison the wine. Saskia's a quick-witted lass. She doesn't let just anyone near. Someone she knew must have done it.
Anyone reached the prince in his chamber?
Not even close. The nobles guard him like a matron does her ward's hiney.
If the rabble slaughters the prince, there'll be no stopping them. They'll start doing things their own nasty way.
That's why the nobles will support the prince, even if they believe he's
They
guilty.
use nasty
I'm
again.
sure Stennis's hands are dirtier than a peasant girl's fucked in a barn.
Rolling dung, you surly dog.
Boris.
Your tone.
What do you want?
We of noble birth always had to protect the plebs from their own stupidity. If not for us, the world...
I
Get
don't
to the
have time
point.
to listen to songs praising the nobility. Know anything about the attempt on Saskia's life?
No, I don't. But whatever the truth, the mob cannot lynch one of royal blood.
So truth means nothing to you. That's what makes us different.
I didn't say I don't care about truth. Just keep in mind, there's a world order that mustn't be destroyed.
An order that
you
allows
wish.
injustice.
If the prince turns out to be involved in this attempted murder, he should face a tribunal. The rabble doesn't understand the principles ruling the world.
Or they do understand them and simply don't like them.
Saskia is a wise woman, but there's one thing she doesn't take into consideration. This war will be over one day. Who will sow the crops and milk the cows then? Saskia called the serfs to arms. Do you think they'll want to plough fields again?
You may be right, but it's certainly not my business who'll plow your fields. Farewell.
Yeah, or your mama.
For your hog-smelling woman.
Peasants.
Why is he lingering about? Like the stench in a dwarven hovel?
Those witches be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stennis for a pouch.
He better search for a lad who served the Virgin instead of pissing around.
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets. Throwing their weight about too much they are.
You know Saskia's servant?
Willy of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the Virgin like a sister and mother put together.
He'd gladly get quartered for her.
Where's this Willy of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels guard him.
What's it really all about? Who's backing you?
We want justice.
We don't need no one backing us. We knows what to do.
How would you punish the prince?
If a lad counts hens wrong, he'll be flogged. What should we then do with a man poisoning others?
Kill him.
A land without a ruler is a nightmare.
We have a ruler, the Virgin of Eden.
It's not certain she'll live.
Then we'll choose another who'll manage. But he must be one of us lads. That way he'll understand us.
And all people is gonna be equal, our way.
And the non-humans?
We have enough down on the fields. Let non-humans find a non-human land.
Away with them!
That's not good.
The prince stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Why flap your mouth then?
The prince is a wealthy lord. Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just because someone can afford gold teeth doesn't mean they'll pull their healthy ones. Farewell.
Give us this horplower!
Rolling dung, you surly dog.
You will change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat.
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
It's good to see someone's taking care of it.
Why is he lingering?
Okay.
Yeah,
Talking to that valley
Farewell.
triggers the peasants.
Give us this
I don't really
horplower!
care about talking
Rolling
to
dung, you
Stennis.
surly dog.
you will change your tone when we put a
Boris,
sickle to your
Ethan,
throat.
Save your
Skalen,
threats for your
Jim.
hog-smelling woman.
And his supporters. Screw them.
The prince has it coming. Who will the Witcher side with?
Bastard poison
Some very good
Let's
terms
try to
with that
find
They say someone cast a spell.
the
The
dude.
Virgin fell as if dead.
There goes the good see me anyway.
I've been looking for you.
I don't know you.
You caused quite a commotion. Afraid of something?
No, nothing.
You're lying.
I didn't do nothing. Didn't say nothing, don't know nothing, and didn't see nothing.
Tell me everything you know about the attempt on Saskia's life.
I heard the priest talking with the prince. This goody-goody said the Virgin is really a beast under her fair skin.
What priest?
Olcan, the one killed.
So there's no way I can check if you're lying.
I swear on my mother's grave I speak the truth.
What else did you hear? Tell me.
I was putting Saskia's room in order when the priest came to the prince's chamber next door. It wasn't speaking loud, but I heard the priest say, "Just clear the servants from the kitchen." Nothing more. Reverend Olcan, only he could tell you how it was, beginning to end.
The dead aren't very talkative.
What about what they leave behind? There may be clues or some such.
Maybe.
What should I do?
Huh.
Hang them all by the balls and let them swing.
Hello, Witcher.
I hope Cecil is at his house.
I don't know.
So, you thought it over? I'm on my way to
They lie in wait for their lord and prince. Humans are an odd lot. I certainly hope Scalen can clean up this mess. What can I do for you, Witcher?
I need to know where Reverend Olcan used to live.
Simple. Let me show you on the map. It's about right here. See you.
Okay. Where is it? Huh. Okay.
What's this? Clad in hues of green amid shrubs.
I'll say it again. Humans are strange.
Okay, so it was just a waypoint.
How do you see it, Reverend? Do the gods favor Lady
You
Saskia?
probably already scavenged it.
Never favor rebellion.
Strange aura.
Ooh.
Nothing interesting.
Olcan's notes. New journal entry, the poisoning prince. Ah. What did we learn? This doesn't help me. Ah. Where is it? Ah, here. Not prince, the poisoning priest. Okay. Yeah. We probably won't be able to prove that he was doing it on the behalf of the prince. But it's still a lot. More information? No, no, no. Where does it lead me to? It leads me back to that place. I think we already know enough. Do we have another suspect quest? We've got suspect Thorak. What about the... Walls have ears. Okay. Seems that we need to return.
It's really haunted now. It is. They should make it a mandatory pilgrimage.
Don't try anything.
Who will the Witcher side?
Oh, hell.
Enough of this charade! Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace.
We've talked enough! Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel!
Vergen's not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scalen Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can
Now we
prejudge
at
and
least
condemn.
know that
It's easier to
his
accuse
brother
than to
was
prove
really
guilt.
someone
A
important.
peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why! The mongrel covets the crown!
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her, he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the virgin sips it.
No need to poison the wine. Smearing the poison inside the chalice would be enough.
I never heard of anyone poisoning a chalice.
You
Yeah,
haven't
that's
heard
stupid.
much then. One of the Emperor's forebears died after sampling some lamb. He was always scared of poison and ate supper with his cook. The murderer spread poison on one side of a knife. Then he cut the meat so that only a small piece was poisoned.
The Witcher's right. Give us Stennis.
Saskia's got her own chalice.
It was commissioned from one of the dwarves. The order came with a very detailed drawing.
Even so, how did it come into Saskia's hand?
It's not clear how the prince poisoned the wine, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanted to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his savior.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene Damed the prince can, curses on his kin. Nobody in Vergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they want it, Nobody but Stennis could do it.
You're wrong, Colton. Reverend Olkin wanted to get rid of Saskia. He thought she was a monster at heart.
Olkin was on Stennis's leash like a dog.
How dare you, lout! Do you imagine if someone sits next to a married lady, he's surely fucking her?
The priest tried to convince Prince Stennis to join the conspiracy.
Is Stennis some dimwit foundling that he dances to a lousy priest's tune? Olcan got what he deserved when Hensel cleaved his head. Now it's Stennis's time.
There is no proof the prince agreed.
The priest asked him for admittance to the kitchen.
So he didn't poison the Virgin himself, but allowed her to be poisoned.
It appears Stennis would benefit the most from Saskia's death.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it.
Careful.
In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world. And what about he who poisons the Virgin of Eden? Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Eden, can judge me. Can it? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you? I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign.
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
Even if he is guilty, I'm not really sure that they should tear him apart right here, right now.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that. What will the peasants do if we hand them the prince? Will they hear him out? No. They'll hang him from the nearest tree or tear him limb from limb.
Yep.
What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
Bum bum.
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal attack.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great strength.
We need an authority figure, and royal blood.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No.
Yeah.
Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Scoia'tael units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
I must.
Whew. Yeah. We need Hansel's blood. Just great. We need to talk to Philippa again. That's also great. Wonder what changed.
I had a dream. We were mining up the face of the drive like in the old days.
They're having fun again. Whoa! When will you learn to knock? Oh, boobies.
I tried locating Triss, but the mist disrupts the megascope. There's a weak signal nearby, probably on the other side.
In the Kedweni camp?
You'll have to pass through the mist.
The mist is full of wraiths.
I'll help you. I'm continuously scanning the battlefield. I'll show you the way through. I'll find you when you enter the mist.
Farewell, then.
We still need royal blood.
I know. Henselt.
We need his blood, not his death.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not a Kingslayer?
Nice smirk. Jerry, you're a pervert. Obtain Henselt's blood. Cross the mist. The sword. Yeah. Saskia has the sword. Rose of Remembrance is held by Triss. We've got the Source of Power and an Immortal. Still waiting for the blood. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Yeah, and this one's pending, so that's her sword. A man's gotta do what a man's got to do.
So, you thought it over? I'm on my way to the recruiting station.
I got a serious
I wonder, are we supposed to enter the mist from the side of the ship? Or next to the Elven camp? Through here. Okay. Misty Mist. Here we go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your attention. Of course, I'm gonna go through to the other side in the next episode. See you later, alligators, and bye 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 bye.